Hi, I'm Emily of Emily's Line Fitness, and welcome to this quick, strong 20-minute Pilates butt workout with a slider. This is my first lower body workout with sliders. I'm super pumped to bring it to you. If you do not have a slider, which is this thing, you can use instead a paper plate. I've used a magazine. I've used a cardboard box that is flattened, of course. I've also used on a hardwood floor just a folded up face towel. So you can use really anything. If it's on the hardwood floor or on your carpet, you just wanna check a couple different materials, make sure that it can slide, and you're gonna be good to go. You'll also need a mat or some sort of soft surface that you feel comfortable coming down upon. And we're gonna go ahead and start down on the mat. You can place your slider off to the side. We're not gonna use it just to the beginning. Go ahead and lay down on your back here. Begin with your feet hip-width apart and parallel. Take your hands next to your hips and roll your shoulders back and down, opening your chest a little bit up towards the ceiling. From there, we're gonna start off with some pelvic tilts. Inhale, and on your exhale, I want you to begin to curl your tailbone under, curling your pubic bone towards your face. Feel your lower back push into the mat and just hold here. So we've not yet lifted the hips, we've simply moved the pelvis. Already you should feel those abdominals beginning to fire. And now you're gonna inhale and we're gonna do the opposite. So you're gonna send your tailbone into the floor. Your pubic bone is gonna start to point downwards and your lower back is gonna arch away from the mat. There we go. Couple more just like that. Exhaling to tilt your pelvis towards you, pubic bone curling up to the ceiling. Inhale to tilt your pelvis away from you. Pubic bone is gonna point towards the floor. As you go for these pelvic tilts, try not to move those thighs. Your knees are gonna stay pointing directly up to the ceiling. And notice if your weight on the pelvis is starting to lean to the left or to the right, and try to even out the pressure between both of your pelvic halves. Pelvic halves, that's how you know it's a Pilates video. All right, on your next exhale, we're gonna go ahead and lift those hips, going into our full pelvic curl. So we curl the tailbone under, we curl the pubic bone towards your face, and now you're gonna begin to lift your hips. Go sequentially one vertebra at a time. First the lower back lifts, then the middle back, coming up to the rib cage here. You're gonna lift all the way to the tips of your shoulder blades. At the top, see if you can deepen that tilt of the pelvis, really pulling your front hip bones towards your front rib cage. Stretch your knees away from you. And now you're gonna lower down one piece at a time, one bone at a time. Nice stretch for the quads here on the way down if they're really tight. Mine always are. Come back just to neutral, and then exhale, we're gonna head back up. We're gonna go up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Keep going just like that. When you get to the top, take a quick look at your hips and check to see that both of your hips are on the same level and both sides of your waist are equally as long. 8. Last 6, we hold it up. 4, 3, 2, hold this next one all the way up. Perfect. From there, shift your weight into the right foot, really ground down through that right foot here, and you're gonna lift your left knee into a tabletop position. Point your toes. Good. Notice if you shifted your weight a little bit, see if you can even out the pelvis. Both of your sides are evenly distant from the ceiling. We're gonna tap the left toes down on the inhale, up on the exhale. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. Aiming not to move those hips whatsoever. Keep your chest lifted. Last 5. Last 4, we're gonna hold it up. 3, 2, hold your left leg lifted. Now, instead of rounding through your back, I want you to simply hinge at the hips. Maybe you touch your pelvis to the floor, and then exhale, lift your hips back up to that high point. On the beat, it's down, 2, up, 2, down, 2, exhale, lift, down, 2, exhale, lift. One more. We're gonna hold it up in just a moment. 3, 2. You should feel that right butt cheek a whole lot. Last one, hold it at your highest point. Hug the knee in, give me tiny pulses up for 8. For 6, we're gonna take the left foot down, keep the hips up. 3, 2, take the left foot down, lift both of those hips a little bit higher. And now slowly, one bone at a time, we're gonna roll through your spine. All right, from there, we're gonna cross those legs, come all the way up and over the legs. Grab your slider and fold your mat if you need. If you have plenty of space, you're all good. I'm just gonna fold my mat in half or so. All right, now we're gonna continue to work this right leg. I'm gonna step my right foot on the mat and I'm gonna take my slider underneath the ball of my left foot here. From there, square off your hips forward. We're gonna bend our right knee, draw those abdominals in, and now hinge your torso forward as you send your hips back and down. Pause at the bottom. You want your right knee over your ankle. Pull that right hip down, your left hip up slightly, and then exhale, root to rise, slowly coming all the way up. We're gonna go down on a 4 count. Down, 2, 3, 4. I love when I pick a tempo right as the song changes. That's great. Down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, good, 3, 4. We got it. Now I have my hands just on my hips. You can also take your hands behind you. You can reach your arms to the floor. Exhale to lift. And if you've never worked with sliders before, then what I'm sure you're gonna feel is a lot more instability, right? And a lot more work in both directions. What I love about sliders is you feel your stabilizing muscles, the smaller stabilizers around the hip, around the ankle, in your foot, working a little bit harder. Perfect, keep going. I've completely lost the tempo. Just don't worry about me. I'm going at my own pace. You can go at your own pace. If the rhythm helps you, use it. 8. We're gonna hold it down at the bottom of this lunge position. Ooh. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Hold it at the bottom of your lunge. Reach your arms forward on the low diagonal. Now, without moving your hips, you're gonna pull your back knee in. Pull your elbows back, and then stretch your back leg long, reach your arms forward. Keep drawing your abdominals in, make your tailbone neutral so we're not tucking under. You're keeping that neutral pelvis. We're gonna hold the back leg in halfway. 4, 3, 2, hold the back leg in just halfway and give me tiny pulses. You're gonna have 90% of the weight in your front foot, 10% of the weight in your back foot. 5, last 4, last change, 3, 2, hold it low, straighten your back leg, take your palms to prayer without moving your hips, slowly twist towards me. Ooh, 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 that is a sour one. Let's do 3 more, just 3. Last 2, sliders, right? They are a doozy. Last one. Ooh, and then push through that right heel, slowly come up. All right, we got our last little bit for this right leg. You're gonna come down, your left knee is gonna go under your hip, maybe come down a little more gracefully. Left hand is gonna reach out underneath your shoulder, and you're gonna lift your right leg up to hip height here. Pull your abdominals in, lengthen your tailbone away from you so that your lower back is nice and long. You're in that neutral pelvis, neutral spine. And now just that right leg, you're gonna flex the foot, take it forward for 2, point back for 2. Flex, forward for 2, point back for 2. Now as I go forward and back, I'm trying not to move my spine. I'm trying not to move my hips. And if this feels a little bit aggressive, you can come down to your left hip and do the exact same thing. All right, so we have options for everybody. Take whatever option works better for you. Forward, back, forward, back. 8. We're gonna go for pulses, and then we're switching sides. 5, 4, I'm losing it. 3, 2, hold it to the side, point your toes, pulse it up. 8, 7, keep pulsing, reach your right arm to the ceiling. 6, push out of that left arm. 5, 4, 3, last 2, and release. Do you feel your right hip? I'm sure you do. Now, let us unroll our mat. We're gonna go for those glute bridges, round 2. Slider is gonna come off to the side. You can lay on your back. This time, we're gonna bend, we're gonna take both of those feet in. Go ahead and lift your hips up, back into that glute bridge position. Shift your weight into your left foot. Really activate that left butt cheek. Give it a good squeeze, make sure it's going. And now bring your knee into a tabletop position. Check to make sure that your weight didn't shift. Both sides are long. We tap the toes. Down, we lift up. We tap down, we lift up. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Tap, lift. Good. All right, so we're gonna do that same exact sequence on the other side, and then you're done. 5, try to relax your face. 4, 3, 2, hold the leg up. We're gonna lower the hips. Down, 2, up, 2. Now instead of rounding through your spine, articulating through your spine, we're keeping that spine in the same position and simply hinging at the hip. Ooh, I feel my butt. Last 4 counts. 4, we hold it up. 3, last 2. Hold it up, give me tiny pulses up for 8, for 6, for 4, 3, 2, hold, lower your right foot down, and then slowly, sequentially roll through your spine. All right, cross your legs, rock and roll over. We fold the mat. We grab our slider, and we're gonna do the same thing to the other side this time. And pull my mat over here. All right, so now this time we're gonna have our left foot on the mat. Our right toes are gonna go on the slider. Take those hands to your hips. Bend your left knee, hinging your torso forward. As you send your pelvis back and down, hold for a moment at the bottom. Left knee over ankle, in line with your second and third toes. Hug your left hip down and in. Pull your right hip a little up and forward. And now you're gonna push through the left foot to slowly come up, all right? We go down and up. Now this is my tricky side. So I may be going a little bit slower, but it's simply so that I can maintain stability. Keep an eye on your foot. Try not to collapse your inner arch into the floor. You want to lift your inner arch up and away from the ground. Remember, you have options with your arms. You can take them down, you can take them behind you. And now this workout is most similar, or not most similar, but it's very similar to what I teach in person. I teach Lunge, which is sort of like a high intensity version of Pilates using a mega former, so a tricked out version of the Pilates reformer. We do moving exercises like this, where one foot is on a stable platform, one foot is on a moving piece. And what we're looking for in that kind of exercise is the time under tension. So the slower you go, in fact, the harder it's gonna be, because you keep those muscle fibers under contraction, under force for longer. So that's why going to the tempo is like, doesn't really compute for me with this kind of move. That's okay, because with Pilates in general, you're not really moving to the tempo. You're really moving with the breath. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. All right, we should be feeling that left butt cheek, left hamstrings as well. I always feel my inner thighs with exercises like this. That's also great. Why not? Get some extra inner thighs. 8, 6, we're gonna hold it down at our lowest point. 4, 3, 2, hold it down, reach your arms long. You're gonna pull your back knee in, pull your elbows in, and then extend your back leg, slide your back leg out. Perfect. Now maybe you're really low here. For me, this is as low as I can get today. That's where I'm at with my butt. I'm just feeling it a lot. 5, we're gonna hold the leg halfway in. 3, 2, hold the leg halfway in without moving your back leg. You're just gonna pulse your hips down. And if you're familiar with Legree or you're familiar with Reformer, your back leg would be on a moving carriage. So I've almost said carriage like 10 times in this video, but I've made it through without saying it. In 5, on accident. 4, 3, 2, hold it down, stretch that back leg back, take your palms to prayer, twist towards me, 4 of them. And then we come down. Whoo, shaky, shaky. 3, you feel your foot? Yeah, it's amazing. Sliders, who knew? Such a good investment piece on, or not investment even, they're what, like 10 enter currency, euros, francs, dollars. Whew. Shake it out. Come on down. You're gonna bring your right knee underneath your right hip. You're gonna take your right arm underneath your shoulder and stretch your left leg long. Now, pull that left hip back, don't fall. Lift your left leg up. And now we're gonna flex the foot, take it forward for 2, point back for 2. Now you may notice on one side, you're not quite as mobile. You're not able to go as far forward. For me, this leg is the one that's a little less mobile. So you can see on this side, my range is way smaller, and that's okay. And I'm just closing my eyes because I'm fixing to get a full-on butt cramp. Pilates, not for the faint of heart. Right? Remember, you can always come down to your supportive hip. It'll look like this. No, I'm not coming down because I needed a break. Who would think that? Keep going. I'm coming back up. Don't worry. We got this. We got this. We're going to make it. Are we? We are. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it to the side, stretch your left arm up, pulse. I feel like most Pilates teachers, most Pilates workouts, it's like so calm. The energy of the teacher is like very much calm goddess energy. Couldn't be me. 5, 4, we're gonna lay on our backs. 3, don't go anywhere. 2, don't go anywhere. Flip over onto your backs. Bring those feet underneath your knees. Lift yourself back up into that bridge position. Tuck your tailbone. We're gonna go a little bit faster this time. 2 counts down, 2 counts up. Articulate down, articulate up. Go through that spine motion, curling back up. Down, 2, up, 2. Just a little glute bridge finisher, because who doesn't love that? We feel both of those hamstrings. We feel both of those butt cheeks. We feel our abdominals. 5, we're gonna hold it up. 4, get ready to hold it up. 3, 2, hold it up. Stretch your arms towards the ceiling. Now, stabilize through both of those hips. Root through both of your heels. You're gonna lift your left leg up. There we go. Tap your left foot down. Stabilize through your left foot. Lift your right leg up. Tap it down. Good. Keep going just like that. Now you can stay here, or we're gonna go for a full leg extension to the ceiling. I'm not worrying about the beat. I'm simply exhaling to lift the leg, inhaling to lower. If you feel really unstable, of course, you can take your hands back to the mat. We're gonna hold the right leg up. 3, 2, hold your right leg up, pulse through the left foot 8 times. 8, 7, 6, we switch sides. 4, 3, right foot down, left foot up. 8, we stretch in 6, you've made it. In 4, 3, 2, and release. Cross your left foot over your right knee. Press your left knee away from you. Grab behind your right thigh. Pull your right thigh towards you. Yay, you've done it. We've done it together. Now what I want to know, switch sides, is did you love the slider? Did you hate it? Did you love to hate it, hate to love it, etc.? Because if you like sliders, y'all, we can go crazy. We can have a whole slider series. I can bring you slider abs, slider legs, slider arms. Sure. Slider total body. The options are really endless. Or not that endless, but because you only have so many body parts. But we can really do this thing. If you liked it, bring it on. Grab around those knees, rock and roll yourself up to seated. I'm gonna turn to face you. It's a little messy for the end there, but that's okay. Give yourself a big round of applause. I am so proud of you. Sliders are not easy. Doing something new, if it was your first time, is not easy, so double props to you. If you want more workouts like this, you already have your slider out. I'm gonna link you to my other slider video, slider abs, and I'm also gonna link you to another bar workout if you wanna take it in a new direction. Maybe you stand a little bit more. Again, thank you for joining me. I love working out with you. I love making these workouts for you. They truly make my day every time, and I hope that they mean something to you as well. Again, thank you for meeting me on the mat. More sliders? Maybe. See you next time.